And guess what? I'm not apologizing for nothing. You ain't gonna catch me apologizing for nothing. The last time I apologized was never. So, y'all can come and try to touch me all y'all want. Shoot me if you want. I don't give a fuck. Somebody please touch me.
Oh my God.
Untouched. Won't be touched. Nothing's gonna happen. You guys are weird. And guess what? I love everyone. That's the crazy thing. I love everyone. I love black people. I love Muslims. I love everyone, bro. Look what they just said. R.I.P. my mom, bro. Like, see?
Dontaesboxingnation, what's going on, guys? So Ryan Garcia, he continues to try to bait people into a national race riot between blacks and Mexicans, with Ryan Garcia being the leader of the gang. It's rather ironic that Ryan Garcia, he was talking about black on black crime, and here he is trying to promote black on brown crime. Now, I could just go so many directions when it comes to every single thing that Ryan Garcia said. First of all, when he was talking about black on black crime, never did he talk about Mexican on Mexican crime. For those of you guys who don't know, so there's no confusion, when 95% of the people in America get killed, they end up getting killed by someone that they know, someone of the same race, except for when white people go on mass murder shootings, which seems to happen almost every month now. But one thing I do give Ryan credit for is not apologizing. I respect that, because if you're going to be a racist, you should own it. You can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. Ryan, he already put it out there, and he confirmed what I have already been telling you guys about Mexicans in general, how they feel about black people, at least 98% of them. All that stuff you heard Ryan Garcia say on that live he did the other day. These are the exact same comments that I've been seeing from Mexican fans in my comment section for years, since I've been on YouTube. The only difference now is we finally have a Mexican with a face and a name, and is not afraid to say this on a microphone and a camera. Meaning Ryan Garcia, he doesn't have the internet, the safety of the internet to hide behind. And he's not trying to hide. He's out there in the open. He's always going to be in public places. He goes to boxing events. Ryan said it. He said, "I'm not hiding, come and get me." Which makes me wonder, if Ryan Garcia is really about that life that he claims he's about when he was talking on that live chat, and he's talking about how he's not apologizing, then when he goes out in the public, when he goes to these live events, when he's walking through that crowd, he should be calling black people the N-word. He should be calling, when he runs into Errol Spence again, when he runs into Terrence Crawford or whatever black fighter, he should be calling them the N-word to their face. Because after all, what's the point of doing it from the safety of your home if you're not going to do it and say it to people in their face? I mean, don't switch it up when you see these black folks in person. Don't start saying, "Hey, bro, hey, what's going on, man? Hey," trying to use all your black hip hop lingo, all this no Diddy and everything else he says, which just proves a lot of this is envy. They want to be just like us, but they want to hate us at the same time. They meaning the racist Mexicans. They want to wear Michael Jordan shoes. They want to wear basketball, football jerseys. They want to listen to hip hop, but then at the same time, they want to say that they hate black people and F all N-words. Anyway, I got away from my main point I was about to make. So Ryan Garcia, once again, when he's going to these fights and he's running into these fighters, you can't say all that stuff you just said and then all of a sudden try to act super cool with them. No, you should be calling them N-words to their face, just like you was calling all the black people N-words when you were on your spaces. If you could say it to those black coons on the internet, you should be able to say it to black people in person. Because saying what's up to them, giving them dap and hugs and what's up, dog, what's up, bro, that would be extremely fake. You already showed who you are, and you have to be that person. You have to own who you are. You already said no apology. That obviously means you meant every single thing you said. Ryan, he dissed the entire race. He was talking about Bernard Hopkins. He was talking about Regis Prograis. He was talking about Keyshawn Davis, Javante Davis, Floyd Mayweather, and the list goes on and on. Not only was he talking about them, but he was dissing their parents, their grandparents, their kids, and anyone else in their family. He also said he's the KKK and he wants to bring George Floyd back to life so he could kill him again. He said he's Hitler, F the Jews. You know, for some of the people saying that Ryan Garcia needs help, you don't get help for being a racist. He needs help when it comes to forgetting what his race is. And maybe one of these KKK members or one of these Nazis can remind him. Because clearly Ryan Garcia forgets sometimes that he's Mexican. And clearly he doesn't realize that the KKK and the Nazis, they kill Mexicans just like they kill black people and people of color in general. Do you guys remember the white supremacist, the mass murderer that went to El Paso to kill nothing but Mexicans? He drove 500 miles searching for a high populated Mexican community. He ended up going into a grocery store where it was all Mexicans, and he killed almost every Mexican in the grocery store. And he said he was doing this in the name of Trump. It was described as the deadliest attack on Latinos in modern American history. A lot of these Trump supporters, they feel the same way about Mexicans and people of color in general. And Ryan Garcia is a Trump supporter. In fact, that live where he said all that racist stuff about black people, he titled that live chat Trump 2024. This is where Ryan Garcia needs some type of psychological evaluation, because sometimes he forgets or wants to forget that he's Mexican. I ain't never heard nobody say being racist is a mental issue. If that's the case, almost the entire Mexican race needs some help. You know, when Ryan Garcia, when he did this live for a couple of hours, spewing out all these racial slurs towards black people and Muslims, people would call into his live, some black person would start talking to him, and he would say, F you, N-word. With him doing all of this, there was still some black coons on that live that was defending Ryan Garcia. Now, this is interesting because one of these black coons, he said, hey man, y'all need to get some thick skin. Y'all need to get some thick skin and stop letting things bother y'all so much. Okay, so if this black dude felt that way, how come him or none of the other black people that was on that feed, how come none of them started to call Ryan Garcia racial Mexican slurs? None of them started to say, see, I can call Ryan Garcia this and that, and he ain't gonna take it personal. He ain't gonna get offended because he got thick skin. They didn't do that. The whole live feed, nobody said anything offensive towards Mexicans. And I'm not just talking about the coons. I'm even talking about the black people and the white people that were calling in and was checking Ryan Garcia. None of them said anything racially offensive towards Mexicans, which means it was only the Mexican that was spewing out all of these racial slurs. And I know Ryan, he had to be saying to himself, I can't believe these black people, they letting me call them the most racist stuff straight to their face, or at least online. And while Ryan Garcia was talking about black on black crime, which is really just a justification to explain why you don't like black people, at least that's his justification. But while he talked about this, once again, none of these black coons brought up Mexicans killing Mexicans. None of these coons brought up the fact that when it comes to Mexico, El Chapo is looked at as like the Michael Jordan of Mexico. He was idolized. He was looked up to. Now, matter of fact, before I give you some information some of you guys probably didn't know about El Chapo, let me play this clip of what Ryan Garcia said about Michael B. Jordan. And keep in mind, guys, what Ryan Garcia is about to say, he's saying this in front of black coons, right? It was so out of the blue that it even caught the coons off guard. You could tell by the way they react. Check it out.
Michael B. Jordan is a nigger, bro.
Is it because he did Creed?
Nope.
Nah, he just trying to get the sound bites, bro. He just trying to get them to make a sound bite. But I'm in here, so they not gonna say shit about this space because I'm in here.
Michael
I
B.
guarantee
Jordan is
you.
a nigger. I fucking hate him. I fucking hate him. I love black
Boxing,
people. I hate Michael B. Jordan, bro. I hate
boxing,
him.
give him a real chance. Let him fight for real, not the
Hey,
movies.
if I tell you the story about Michael B. Jordan, you wouldn't believe it.
All right, spit game.
Let's hear it.
Okay, he fucked a little girl. Now what?
Now, that's another possible defamation lawsuit for Ryan Garcia right there. Now, did you guys notice how one of the coons, after Ryan Garcia said this about Michael B. Jordan, one of the coons, he said, I'm in here, so nobody gonna say nothing about this space. What he was basically saying is, I'm here and I'm black, so you got black friends, so they can't say nothing about you. Don't worry, Ryan. Go ahead and say whatever you want to say about black people. Guys, not only are these obviously the type of black people that will repeat all of the racist people's talking points just for their acceptance, these are also the type of black people that will go to, like, let's say, a fight party where there's all Mexicans there, and he will allow the Mexicans to sit there and joke call him all type of monkeys and darky, and they all laughing at him, and he just sitting over there laughing with them. That is the exact type of black people those are. So what Ryan Garcia said about Michael B. Jordan is a complete lie. But here's my question. If Ryan Garcia truly feels this way about people who molest kids, etc., how come he hasn't said anything about El Chapo? For those of you guys who don't know who El Chapo is, he was a Mexican drug dealer, gangbanger, a man who killed over 2,000 to 3,000 people. And I'm talking about from kids to mothers, not just gangbangers. He was killing anybody that was involved. He would kill their whole family. You know what else he would do on a regular? He would rape little girls. And he would pay a lot of money to do it. So let's see Ryan Garcia start calling El Chapo all type of Mexican racial slurs because he was raping little girls. And Mexicans love El Chapo. He's a folk hero there. He's idolized more than Canelo Alvarez, more than Julio Cesar Chavez. So this is who Ryan Garcia should have been saying he hates. Ryan should be saying F El Chapo. By the way, El Chapo's real name is Joaquin Guzman. But Ryan Garcia, he really has a lot of nerve, man, to talk about black on black crime. When you have Mexican on Mexican crime in Mexico, the drug wars taking place right now in Mexico is international news. And it doesn't just stop there in Mexico, because Mexicans, they migrate over to the U.S. But not only are the Mexicans killing other Mexicans in the U.S., they're also targeting black people. Let me tell you what Mexicans do in California. Mexicans, they drive around looking for innocent bystanders to shoot and kill. They see somebody sitting on a bus stop just waiting for the bus. They drive by and just take them out. At one point, Mexicans, they had a green light on black girls. They said that they was trying to kill all the black girls to stop them from having babies. This is all documented, guys. It was all in the newspapers, on the news. But they didn't only have a green light on blacks. They also had a green light on Asians as well. So they would drive around actually trying to kill Asians and black people. They would drive around looking for old Asians to kill, little kids to kill. They'd be chasing little kids around. I mean, I know some of the girls that was chased down by Mexicans and had one of their friends get killed by them out in Long Beach, California. I remember one of my neighbors who was Mexican. He told me one day, he said, "Hey man, be careful when you go out at night because when Mexicans get drunk, they drive around looking for black people to shoot." So this is why it's crazy to hear Ryan Garcia talking about black on black crime when Ryan, he's from LA, he's from California, so he knows how it is when it comes to the brown on black crime. I'm gonna say this as well. Ryan Garcia, he thinks he could say some of the most offensive, racist stuff to black people, and then the next day put up a post of him taking a picture with a black person, as if he's telling other Mexicans, all you gotta do is say whatever you wanna say about black people and then take a picture with a black person the next day. But imagine if a black fighter were to do all of these things, say all of these things that Ryan Garcia said, but say it about the Mexican race. Go on a 2 to 3 hour racial tirade, talking about how he wished he could bring those Mexicans back to life in El Paso that was killed by the white supremacists just so he can kill them again. And then the next day, this black boxer, he says, "I ain't apologizing for nothing." He follows that up by taking a picture with a Mexican person saying, "I love Mexicans." How do you guys think the Mexican fans would take it? What do you guys think the Mexicans would say about that black person? I can guarantee you none of them would be saying he needs some help. We know what time it is. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called LO Decay Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to lodecay.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram.